17-0 lead.
And Lex is slowly digging themselves into a hole right now.
Ty Robeson with 2 rushing touchdowns, one a 23-yarder, one a 48-yarder, and the last couple minutes of this game have taken about an hour.
And the young man's only touched the ball twice. He's got 2 touchdowns.
Well, the officials are over talking to Andrew Saris,
trying to explain what's going on.
Clear Fork was 6-5 a year ago, 5-2 in the MOAC. They ended their season last year, if you remember, with back-to-back losses to Shelby.
Yeah, that was a tough 2 weeks.
Second down and long, 24. And Young dumps it underneath. Well, they're going to get some of it back as Fagan gets up to about the 25, back to just shy of the original line of scrimmage by a couple of yards. So that will make it a third down and 12.
Lex isn't panicking. They just want to try and whittle down the yardage they need for the first down. They're at 3rd and 12 now. They got to get it back or they got the punt.
Young with some time. Lofts it up left side. It's going to be caught in midfield and a first down for the Minutemen as Cam Crago comes up with the reception. And a first down for Lexington, and that was a huge play for the Minutemen.
Nice ball, good protection. Jump ball situation. The Lex receivers will go after that ball. You just put it up in the air.
Well, how's this? Crago at 6'5", Fogel at 6'4".
They are tall.
Fresh life for the Minutemen with 7 minutes to go in the first half. Still plenty of time. They'll stay on the ground. Cooper Dribblebus comes up with the carry and gets a yard.
Lex is trying to find that magic back right now. Trying a little bit of everybody. Trying to find somebody.
Again, we have not seen Carter Newman. Again, they stay on the ground. And dribble this with maybe a yard.
Colt defense is playing tough at the line of scrimmage. Not a lot of running room for the Lex backs.
They'll give him a yard to about 47.
Lex's best success so far has been through the air. Look for him to come back and try to hook up with those tall receivers again.
Fogel, the freshman, at the top of your picture. Now they'll swing it out short and stretching at the 40-yard line, and depending on where he went down, they're going to say Dribblebus was about a yard short, so it'll be 4th and 1, and the Lexington offense stays on the field.
Yeah, this is a time Lex needs something. They need to score before half. You're sitting at a 4th and 1 situation. Best back, best blocker, you give it to them. You put the game in your best players on the field.
Dribble this on the ground. The initial surge was to the 40. Let's see where they spot this. He might have enough.
Well, I don't know. He had to get over that line, and the officials are putting the ball right on the line.
Well, they're going to say he didn't get it.
Colt defense held.
So the Colts get the ball with 4:41 to go in the second quarter, and that's a tough break for Lexington. Now, let's see if the Colts can capitalize with 4:41 to go before halftime. Remember, Lexington won the opening coin toss. They deferred, so they will start with the football in the third quarter.
And they have 3 timeouts left.
Skoog to throw. Wide open over the middle. And this is 6 points the easy way. Touchdown, Colts. Milo Bergholder, the big tight end, comes up with the easy reception.
Wide open.
60 yards on the pitch and catch. The first touchdown pass of the season for Skoog. And the route is on.
And that's what, you run that little ball fake in there, and Clear Fork's a running team, and so your linebackers, everybody steps up. And the next thing you know, the tight end slips out wide open in the open area. We called that play belly 35 throwback. Throwback to your tight end.
And the extra point is good. Let's take a look at the touchdown again, and Bergholder wide open over the middle. No one was catching the big tight end.
When we came into this game, we were really thinking we were going to see a lot from the quarterback end. He's been kind of silent, but he's doing a great job leading them. Everybody's scoring right now. Everybody's contributing on this Clear Fork team. Coach Carroll's got to be happy about that.
Bergholder with his first touchdown reception of the season. Only his second catch.
Well, he picked up 60 yards on it. The young man can fly, too.
Welcome to our coverage of high school football down here in the Valley. Brian Harter, Bruce Weirich in week 3. A battle of backyard rivals between Lexington and Clear Fork, and it has not really been much of a offensive showcase for Lexington tonight. They've had their moments, but Clear Fork has just been too consistent, and they've popped the big play when they've really needed to.
Yeah, you've got that counter play coming back for 2 big scores. You've got the big pass. Take away those 3 plays, and, it's a ball game. But you got to really admire what Clear Fork is doing right now.
Crago back deep for the Minutemen. Lexington needs something on this drive. Crago from the 7. And Mason Pipe stands him up at the 17, so a 10-yard return. And Lexington trailing now 24-0. And they'll set up shop with about 4.5 minutes to go before the half.
And right now, Clear Fork's sitting in a situation where these linebackers and these down linemen are going to start teeing off. They know Lexington's got to throw the ball a little bit more, so watch the pressure start to build on this quarterback. Flag on the play.
In the area of an illegal block, perhaps.
Holding.
Penalty against Lex.
It's going to be 10 yards from the spot of the hold. Or half the distance. It's inside the 20.
That marches the football all the way back inside the 10 to about the 8-yard line.
And talk about digging a hole. Lex just wants to get out of this without giving up another score. You just want to go in halftime and be able to keep your head up, try to put together a couple first downs, get out of this hole, don't let Clear Fork score.
Fake it to Green. And a throw over the middle. It's going to be incomplete. They were looking for Pogel.
Right now, every time you throw the ball and it's not caught, the clock stops. You do not want to. You want to take as much time off that clock as possible. You don't want to give it back to Clear Fork. They still have 3 timeouts left.
Well, and you don't want to give it to them with a short field either.
Right. You want to get out of the short end of your field so when your kicker kicks it, puts a little pressure on Clear Fork. Get out of the hole.
Young again looks to throw. Lofts it up near side, and there could be a hole. They're going to not call the penalty. There was some contact there between Logan Anderson and Braden Fogel. Dave Carroll liked it. And it'll be 3rd down and long with plenty of time if the Colts can snap them here and get the ball back.
Yeah. This drive started with, 4:20 on the clock. It's now 4:14. They've ran 6 seconds off. Clear Fork defense, watch them turn back their ears and just tee off right now. They're playing man coverage under with a free safety over top.
Young looks to his left. Has a receiver, that's Fagan, and Fagan breaks a couple tackles, but he's still short of the 1st down, so a little bit of breathing room for the punt. But you're still giving Clear Fork a short field.
And the thing that scares me is Clear Fork still got 3 timeouts, and that's a lot of time for a high school team with this caliber of speed.
A.J. Young also handles the punting chores. Averages just over 37 yards a kick. Alt standing at midfield for the Colts. So Clear Fork should have really good field position here with about 3 minutes to go before the half. And Lex going to go for it here. And it's caught at the 30-yard line. It'll be a 1st down on a fake punt by the Minutemen.
Surprise, surprise.
Coming across the middle was Carter Newman, the guy we said we hadn't heard much from, and he comes up with a big play on the fake punt. There's the advantage to having your quarterback as your punter. Actually, it was Fogel, number 5, not number 6. So the freshman comes up. So new life for Lexington with 3:15 to go.
Hey, when you're down 24-0, you're back against the wall, pull it all out. Pull all the trick plays out. Timeout, Lex, talk it over.
You're on the road. You're 0-2. You really have nothing to lose, and you caught Clear Fork off guard there a little bit.
You just want to get something positive to talk about when you go in. And if they could put together just a few more 1st downs, run the clock out, keep Clear Fork off the board, you can walk in with your head up high.
Our thanks to our sponsors tonight, Mansfield Roofing and Home Improvement, MWD Logistics, Studio 19, Blackstone Insurance Agency, Charter Next Gen, Knox Community Hospital, Park National Bank, Mechanics Bank, and a favorite down here in Bellville, Stutes Fresh Market. I'm Brian Harter along with Bruce Weirich. Week 3 of the 2022 high school football season. And so far it has been all green and black. 24-0. Just over 3 minutes to go before halftime. Lexington keeping this drive alive with a fake punt. And a completion to their big freshman, Braden Fogel. Watch tonight our Friday Night Pigskin at about 11:30. The area scoreboard, highlights, interviews, expert analysis, and more. I want to know who the experts are.
Yeah.
Adam, are you going to be offering your analysis?
Oh! Interception, Clear Fork.
Another turnover, and the Colts come up with it in the short field. The 2nd interception of the game for Young. Ball tipped. And the gift is at the 25-yard line.
When things go bad, they go bad. And you have a nice play. The ball's in your hands. You can't hang on to it. And it falls into Clear Fork's lap.
The second interception of the night for the Colts.
3 minutes on the clock, 3 timeouts for Clear Fork.
They fake it to Alt. They're going to go for it all. Wide open out of the backfield. Touchdown, Clear Fork. They're making it look easy. Robeson with his 3rd touchdown of the half. This one via the air.
25 yards, wide open.
Lexington thinking run, and Dave Carroll elects to throw on first down. Robeson wide open. And Osdale's extra point is up, and it is good.
Now, here's the scary part here, Brian. Lexington's been having trouble moving the ball. They got a first down on 4th down when they run for it. Clear Fork's sitting here with 3 timeouts. I'm kind of curious to see if Coach Carroll calls a timeout. If his defense holds them on first down, watch him call timeout.
Well, won't most coaches tell you that you play the first half straight to the vest?
Yeah, I've seen too many games where you kind of let up a little bit, change your offense, put in some second and third teamers, and the other team gets a little momentum. Now you're in trouble. You got to put the first back in. So most coaches, everything's good the first half. You put as many points as possible. That's like Woody Hayes used to say. They asked him one time, why'd you go for 2 on that extra point? He goes, because I couldn't go for 3. And that's what you do the first half. You just do what you can to get the points on the board.
Now, he would also do that in the second half, especially if they were playing Michigan.
Oh, I think that's where it came from. So I'm looking for Coach Carroll. If his defense makes a stand here, he's going to use his timeouts, try and get the ball back. And the way he's scoring in big clips, it only takes 1 play.
Crago across the 20. And Mason Pipes wrestles him down at the 26. So Lexington will bring their offense back on the field. 2:50 to go. And this team, after getting bounced around last week against Shelby, coming down here, and it's not going much better in week 3 here in the Valley.
You can bring a good team to the Valley, and things will go bad for you. I came down here 5 out of my 10 years, and things went bad all 5 games. We actually had one game won in overtime. We scored a touchdown, but it was called back because one of my players' chin straps popped loose on the play. And back in those days, if your chin strap came undone, penalty.
Mason Green in the backfield as the running back. Young swings it out left side. It's caught. Short gain to the 30. Ball hauled in by DJ Johnson. Howie Alt came up to make the stop. Gain of 4. 2:22 to go.
When things go bad, things go bad. A high snap.
So now it's going to be 3rd and a lot. And there you called it. That timeout with 2:15 to go. And Dave Alt is envisioning his Colts getting the ball back here with some time to go in the second quarter.
Yeah. As you said, Brian, all's fair in the first half. And if they can put another touchdown on the board, they're going to do it.
Well, the scoreboard says 3rd down and 7. There they changed it. 3rd down and 23 with 2:15 to go before halftime.
Look for Clear Fork. Whatever happens on this play, call a timeout. If the clock keeps running, they'll probably call a timeout. They still got 3 to go. That was a Lex timeout there.
Kind of surprised that they took a timeout?
Well, when your team is in a little bit of confusion, especially a young team with a new coach, you take the timeout. You bring them over, you settle them down, try and get them back in one form, one group.
3rd and long. Young breaks a couple tackles and gets up to about the 17. And that will make it 4th down. And a timeout called by the Colts. So they're going to get the ball back with just under 2 minutes to go, and they're going to have pretty good field position. Now, the last time Lexington was in this situation, we saw the fake punt. I think Clear Fork will be a little bit more ready for it this time.
Yeah, Coach Carroll's not going to let it happen twice in one game. And you're sitting at 4th and 20, and you just kind of sit back. You're not too worried about them getting 10 yards, 12 yards, 15. You just want to keep them inside that 1st down marker. And look for him to just play very basic here. They call it, you have different types of punts. You have a punt rush where you rush them, send everybody. You have a punt block. That's you rush everybody. You have a punt hold where you just kind of hold the lineman, hope your back can get it and gain yardage on his own. And sometimes Clear Fork's been known for punt returns. They'll set up a wall on their side of the field, and the ball carrier will try and get in it. So we'll see what goes here. But I don't think the fake's going to work this time against Clear Fork.
Young back to kick inside the 5. It's off a high kick. And no return as the coverage team for the Colts, or by Lexington, excuse me, keeps the ball at about the 48-yard line. So 1:52 to go, 2nd quarter. Colts with a 31-0 lead and the ball, and they also have 1 timeout left.
Yeah, and the way they've been scoring, 60-yard run, 25-yard run or touchdown, 24-yard touchdown, 48, it's big yardage. They get big yardage, and this is a situation where Lex has got to make a stand. I don't want to say the nail's put in the coffin too early, but this could be the backbone. It just breaks your backbone.
Colts start conference play next week. They continue their homestand with games against River Valley, followed by a matchup with Galleon. Then on September 23rd, they travel to Ontario before returning home to host Marion Pleasant. We will be down here for that game.
10
yard. You see the penalty here against Clear Fork.
Yeah, a holding penalty. That's their 3rd penalty.
So that'll bring it back to about the 37-yard line of Clear Fork.
Gives Lex a little more field to work with.
Skoog with an empty backfield. They fake it to Alt. And they swing it out to the left side, out of bounds at about the 43-yard line. Pass hauled in by Robeson. Gain of 6. Caudell making the tackle. 2nd down and almost 5. We'll call it a log 4. That's Alt in motion. And they'll fake the football to him. And Skoog is Forced out of bounds in front of the Clear Fork bench at the 46. So a gain of 2 will make it 3rd down and 1.
Good defense by the Lexington Minutemen, keeping everything in front of you. You do not want any of those receivers to get behind you, because this quarterback from Clear Fork will find them. I'm really impressed with him throwing the ball. Really impressed.
Timeout taken by Clear Fork. That's their last of the half with 1:38 to go. All right, now we're going to make you offensive coordinator. Really, everything has worked to a degree for Clear Fork here in the first half. Do you give the ball to Alt? Do you roll Skoog out? They've also shown the ability to just power the ball up the middle in these short situations.
Well, the situation right now, Coach Carroll's talking to his team. He's probably getting them ready for a 2-minute offense. You want to get the first down. You got 2 yards to get the first down, then you can start going deep again. But you want to get that first down. And, last time they did it, they needed 2 yards. They had a quarterback sneak. Behind this offensive line, they just moved them out, and boom, down he went. If the quarterback goes up underneath center, look for the quarterback sneak. If he sits back, look for a handoff to one of the backs coming around.
He drops into the shotgun. No one there with him.
I can't see him throwing the ball right now with a 3rd and 1, but we'll see what Coach Carroll's called up here.
Now he runs up to the line of scrimmage, and he's going to follow the center of that line, and he's got the first down. It worked so well the last time they called it. And Dave Carroll just trusting the interior of that line.
And boy, do they move people. Look at the pile moving. Boom.
First
now
and
they'll
10,
throw
a yard shy of midfield. And Skoog's pass incomplete. Jamarian Fagan on the coverage for Lex.
Stops the clock. Minute 23 to go. Still plenty of time for this Colt offense.
Now a timeout. Well, Clear Fork doesn't have any more, so
Lex called
the timeout with 1:23 to go. And Andrew Saris does not want any more points on the board before halftime.
Can't afford it. You got to keep Clear Fork out of the end zone right here. Your defense has got to make a stand. Look for that counter coming back. My old offense, that was called Belly 24. Look for the wing back coming back. They seal the corner.
There you see Jamie Massey in the middle of that huddle there in the white pullover.
Talking to him on defense.
Massey, the defensive coordinator. He was the former head coach at Mansfield Senior. Then he was on the Madison staff for a while. He came over here with Coach Saris. Saris, a lot of respect for Jamie Massey.
Jamie Massey, I've known him for a long time, and then he was actually principal at Crestline when I was there for a year. He only stayed there 1 year, then Lexington came knocking on the door. His kids go to Lexington. He lived in Lexington. It was a natural gravitation for him. He's now assistant principal at Lexington.
Second down, 10 yards to go. Skoog is going to stay on the ground. Has running room up the middle to the first down marker at about the 38-yard line. And there's a little extracurricular activity after the end of the play. No flag, but a first down for the Colts inside the 40.
Lexington's getting a little bit frustrated. I'll tell you what, he's not afraid to hit anybody.
Oh, forgot to tell your quarterback, you don't risk your shoulder like that. Skoog pumps. Fires over the middle, incomplete at the 30-yard line. And that'll stop the clock with 1 minute and 2 seconds to go. Clear Fork with no timeouts. Lexington has one.
Nice coverage by Lexington. They're not letting these receivers get behind them. The quarterback, Clear Fork quarterback's got to read his routes. The deep one's covered. He's got to go underneath. There's a progression you go through when you throw the ball. Blitz is on.
Skoog, short pass incomplete.
Tried to dump it off. It does stop the clock.
58 seconds, or 56. And 3rd and 10. Can the Lexington defense hold one more time?
I think they're going to have to try and hold it twice because I'm pretty sure Coach Carroll's not going to kick it on 4th down. If they get close enough, he could try a field goal.
Skoog with time, lofts it left side. It's going to be caught for a touchdown by Logan Anderson. 38 yards, and Clear Fork finds the end zone once again. Skoog did not have one touchdown pass coming into tonight, and now he's got 3.
Wow.
$44-0.
And as we talked about, Brian, all's fair in the first half.
Kick is up, and it is good. Wow.
Nice ball. One-on-one receiving. Gets behind the secondary. And Skoog he laid that right in there.
It has been all Clear Fork. 45-0. And Dave Carroll will coach them until the entire end of this first half. You do not see let up on his face whatsoever.
Now, he's been in too many situations where you have a lead and sometimes you take your foot off the gas pedal, and next thing you know, the other team bounces back. And you see it in colleges games, you see it in high school games. You put the pedal to the metal the first half. You usually come out the third quarter with your first teams. You don't make any changes until after the first or second series of the second half.
I had looked up at the scoreboard, and it said 45-0, and I've been keeping track of all the scoring plays, and I'm looking down here, and I'm like, I only have 38. Did I miss something? And they just corrected the scoreboard. It's 38-0. So I wasn't falling asleep at the wheel. Nice tackle in the open field by Hayden Roberts.
Everything is going right for Clear Fork tonight. Everything.
So Lex gets it back, and they'll have about 49 seconds to operate.
No mistakes, no turnovers.
Now you just want to get out of here without making any more. You just want to take a knee.
You just want the clock to run so you can go in that locker room and regroup.
2 receivers to each side. They'll stay on the ground, a short gain to the 20. There has been quite the coaching carousel in Lexington over the last few years, and Coach Saris hopes that his hire kind of settles things down.
You need to build that consistency, and you got to start it at the junior high and even the biddy programs. Anymore, you got to have a biddy program that gets these kids playing, enthusiastic about it. Then you take them into junior high. Your best coaches should be coaching at the junior high level. That's where the kids learn to love the game. That's where they get all their enthusiasm.
That will do it. The first half in the books. It's all Clear Fork, 38-0 as we head to halftime. You're watching high school football live and free exclusively on the OH Report.
Maumee Bay Turf Center, a leader in synthetic sports surfaces as well as natural field construction, maintenance, and renovation. Maumee Bay Turf is part of Turf Nation, the most trusted source in the synthetic turf industry, including creating the surface for the biggest game in pro football. From professional, college, and high school sports to recreation and commercial projects, check them out at MaumeeBayTurfCenter.com and see our large collection of finished projects and services. Maumee Bay Turf Center, we build better.
Hi, I'm Dr. Chris Ebert. This is my son, Dr. Cam Ebert. We are Ebert Dental Group in Willard, Ohio.
Here at Ebert Dental Group, we offer a wide variety of services: restorative dentistry, dental implants, root canal therapy, Invisalign, teeth whitening, cosmetic dentistry, dentures and partial dentures, Botox, and much, much more.
We're currently accepting new patients, and we would love to see you here at Ebert Dental Group.
Need to catch up on some action? Check out the Friday Night Pigskin featuring all of the football highlights from the area at 11:30 every Friday on the OH Report.
Good one.
Hi, I'm Dr. Chris Ebert. This is my son, Dr. Cam Ebert. We are Ebert Dental Group in Willard, Ohio.
Here at Ebert Dental Group, we offer a wide variety of services: restorative dentistry, dental implants, root canal therapy, Invisalign, teeth whitening, cosmetic dentistry, dentures and partial dentures, Botox, and much, much more.
We're currently accepting new patients, and we would love to see you here at Ebert Dental Group.
Maumee Bay Turf Center, a leader in synthetic sports surfaces as well as natural field construction, maintenance, and renovation. Maumee Bay Turf is part of Turf Nation, the most trusted source in the synthetic turf industry, including creating the surface for the biggest game in pro football. From professional, college, and high school sports to recreation and commercial projects. Check them out at MaumeeBayTurfCenter.com and see our large collection of finished projects and services. Maumee Bay Turf Center. We build better.
It's halftime here at Clear Fork High School. Welcome to the Mansfield Roofing and Home Improvement Halftime Show. I am Brian Harter along with the coach, Bruce Weirich, and I really thought, being a rivalry game, that we would probably see a little bit more balanced scoring, but Clear Fork, one, came to defend their home turf, and two, Lexington, I think, just they're seeing how young and inexperienced they really are.
And, you know, you got a new coach. I can remember my first game, we went to Lexington. The halftime score there was 42-0. Lexington was just drilling us. We couldn't do anything right. But you got to start somewhere, and that's what Lexington's doing right now. They got a new coach. They got young kids, a new offensive system. It's going to take a little time for it to gel. And if he keeps improving, you know, this is a learning situation for him.
Let's take a look at the halftime numbers, and as you would expect, this is pretty lopsided. Look at the -1 yards. Of course, we have not seen Carter Newman tonight. Hudson Moore has been injured. They're hoping to have him back next week, but only 118 yards through the air, 117 yards of total offense. Now on the other side, Clear Fork has really been able to do whatever they want, and it's been a coming-out party so far for Victor Skoog. He came into tonight with no touchdown passes. He has thrown 3 tonight, and they are cruising. 360 yards of total offense, and more importantly, no turnovers. I think Dave Carroll would like to see the penalty situation go away, but other than that, he really hasn't had a whole lot to scratch his head about in the first half.
Yeah, you know, Coach Carroll's got this team in midseason form right now. They've had 2 tough games. Now they have a few things going for them tonight, and it's just unbelievable. You take a look at the negative yardage for Lexington and the rush. You got to remember that long punt snap that they lost 26 or 30 yards on. That goes against their quarterback, and you know they've had a couple other plays that cost them some yardage. So, you know, they are doing some things. There are some bright spots out there. They're throwing the ball. They're making receptions. They're utilizing their receivers, and they just got to put together a drive and get a little confidence back in this team.
You see what Victor Skoog has done coming into tonight's game. 20 of 39, which is respectable, 184 yards, but no touchdown passes. He has scored twice on the ground. This is the touchdown that he scored last week against Granville, and that was their only offensive output of the game. And they actually were playing Granville fairly close down on the road, but they're unable to really do anything else offensively. So they're looking to get that second win tonight here against Lexington. And I would say at the half that they're in pretty good shape right now.
Yeah, they're clicking on all cylinders right now. No mistakes, midseason form. Second half, we're going to see a running clock. Anytime a team is down by 30 points, it's a running continuous clock.
Let's take a look at some of the other scores from around the area. Centerburg, where we're going to go next week, they're up 21-7 over Worthington Christian. This is a surprise. Massillon all over Mansfield Senior at the half. They were up 21-0 at the intermission. I think now in the third quarter it's 24-0. Lexington, remember, won the opening coin toss and deferred, so they will start with the football at about the 30-yard line to start things here in the second half.
Lex just has to pull something together. They got to put first downs together. They're not even looking at the scoreboard anymore. They just want to get their offense going in the right direction. Build for next week. As we talked about earlier, when you have a team down, you usually, first half, anything goes. You usually start your starters the third quarter. Then from there you start to back off a little bit. Kind of anxious to see what Clear Fork does here.
Lex has only had 3 winning seasons since 2016, and Andrew Saris trying to turn that around. They pitch it near side, and the Colts defense was waiting for them at the 30. No gain on the play. Actually, they're going to give him a yard. For Dreibelbiss, it'll be about the 31-yard line, 2nd down and 9.
Colt defense is picking up right where they left off. No gaps, no openings, no running room. Linebackers are flying to the ball.
Lexington again stays on the ground, and again, nowhere to go. As Caden Riddle, comes up with the play. Caden Riddle, the big 6'4", 260-pound stud on both sides of the line of scrimmage.
He is a load. He can dominate an offensive line just by himself.
All-Ohio at right tackle a year ago. He's got 18 tackles and 1 block kick this year.
Got a little speed to go with him. Oh,
movement on the line. That's going to go against Clear Fork.
That's their 4th penalty, 35 yards. Well, that just means Coach Carroll has something to work on.
Yes. Had 3 penalties in the first half. Now they pick up their 4th. Young rolls to his right. Had some running room. Instead, try to throw it to Jackson Wyndham. It falls incomplete. Clock will continue to move with the score at 38-0, so we will have the running clock. Now 4th down and 5. So a punting situation for Lexington, and that's not what they wanted on their first drive in the second half.
No, you wanted to come out and establish something, get your offense going in the right direction. All you had to do is put 2 or 3 first downs together, get this offense believing in themselves. Right now they're still a little shell-shocked. They had more success throwing the ball the first half. I was wondering if they're going to come out and throw the ball a little more.
Young gets the low snap. Fair catch called for at the 30. And that is where Clear Fork will start with a 38-0 lead.
And I think right now, Coach Carroll, you get into Clear Fork football. You just run. Let the clock run and just time up what you do best. And right now, they can do almost anything they want. But I look for them to just run the ball, keep it basic. Nothing fancy, no mistakes. They're still running the unbalanced formation.
Of course, they stay on the ground. And no gain off that left side. Clear Fork joined the MOAC back in 2017, and they won the conference in their first season. They followed that up with another title in 2018, and since then the Shelby Whippets have kind of taken control of the MOAC.
This here is probably one of the better offenses I've seen from Clear Fork in the years we've been covering them.
There's one of the reasons why. There's Alt across the 45. bulldozes his way to the 48-yard line. An 18-yard carry for Alt, and the defender is slow to get up.
On 13 carries, that young man has 122 yards. That's not a bad game, and it's only half.
5'8", 155 pounds for the senior. And it's a fresh set of downs for the Colts at their own 48-yard line. Now they'll give it to Schlosser, who has stood up at the line of scrimmage and then carries the defender about 4 yards.
Again, Coach Carroll's just running his basics. That was called belly 35 back in my day.
Second down and 5. As we approach the 6.5-minute mark of the third quarter. More power football off the left side. That's Schlosser with the carry. And a fresh set of downs as they spot the ball at the 40-yard line.
You can see where the Clear Fork offensive line's really taking control of that defensive front from Lexington. They're just getting kind of pushed all over the place.
Flag on the play. This will go against Clear Fork as Alt was set to turn the corner on the right side. That might be the only way to stop the Colts tonight, is with that square yellow thing out there in the referee's pocket.
Yep. Penalties are hurt. They hurt a drive. But the thing that happens here, Clear Fork's now in a 1st and 15, and they have all these weapons. Everything's live right now.
5-yarder moves the ball back to the 45-yard line. Again on the misdirection. And another carry by Robeson.
Look for him to come with that counter pretty soon. It's been very successful for him. They're trying to get Lexington to over pursue to the ball and run that little counter to the backside. It's worked very well for them.
Under 5 minutes to go in the third quarter.
Here it comes.
Robeson gets the carry, still short of the first down. It'll be 3rd down and 8.
Lexington made a couple adjustments to shut that play down. Defensive end stays at home, makes the play.
Camden Boozer, the sophomore, with a nice tackle that kept that from being a first down run. 3rd and 8. Alt stuffed at the line of scrimmage, brought down at the 35. Tackle made by Matt Sheets, the 6'5 junior. And the offense for Clear Fork will probably stay on the field here. Timeout taken.
Lexington takes a timeout.
So it's 4th down and almost 6, a long 5 at the 35-yard line. And you're really in kind of no man's land here. So the Colts are going to go for it. At least we assume they're still going to go for it.
Yeah. I get a feeling it's a play-action pass. They are a run-oriented team. Look for the tight end to break open somewhere. They've been very successful with that play.
Logan Anderson caught a 38-yard touchdown pass in the second quarter.
When your offense is doing well running the football, play action pass is a big part of your offense. And right now they've got Lexington thinking run, 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 run. Now they'll fake the run and look to the tight end.
4th and 5.
This could be a big stop for Lexington. A bright spot on their plane.
Skoog will roll to his left. Sets up, fires, and it's incomplete. The ball hopped in. And an opportunity now for Lexington as we take a look at the replay. Ball just a little underthrown, and Stupka had to go down for it.
Lexington gets the stop. They get the ball. Now let's see if they can put a few first downs together, move the ball, try and get it in Clerk Fork territory. Get a little breathing room.
So 1st and 10 for Lexington at the 35-yard line. See if they can muster some type of offense. Trips to the right. And the big freshman, Braden Fogel, comes wide to the near side. They look for him. Turns upfield at the 45, knocked out of bounds, close to a first down. Depending on the spot, looks like they're going to place it right on the 45-yard line. So the freshman gets a first down for the Minutemen with 3 minutes to go in the third. Young fakes the pitch, comes to the near side. He's got some running room up the middle. And he is upended as the crowd really reacted to that tackle at the 48-yard line.
It's a big hit. Anytime you can run your quarterback, and as a coach, you always get a little bit worried. Oh, no, can he get up? Can he stand up?
He is popped at the end of the play. But gain of 8.
This is what Lex needs to build for next week. You need to get a little confidence in your offense. Find out what they can do.
High snap. Young brings it down. And the ball falls incomplete. He was trying to catch Fagan in the right flat. 3rd down with 1:43 and counting in the third quarter.
That's a tough play for a quarterback. It's a high snap, so your rhythm's off a little bit. You got to bring it down, gather yourself. You got pressure coming up the middle by Riddle. You got everybody all over you, and still to get the ball off, that's a tough job for any quarterback.
They stay on the ground, and Ethan Robles, a sophomore, gets the carry, and he's about a yard shy of the first down as we approach a minute to go in the third quarter. The offense will stay on the field for Lexington.
4th and 1. This would be a great first down. I don't know if I'd throw the ball. I'd try and run it to get it. Let my quarterback go a little bit of zone blocking, one-on-one up front. Let the quarterback pick the seam and go.
Tribal-Biss is the running back.
Here he goes.
Young's going to run it. He's got a first down and then some. Down to the 30, the 20, the 10. Touchdown, Lexington. 46 yards on the touchdown run, and Lexington avoids the shutout. They are on the board with 22 seconds to go in the third quarter.
Little bit of momentum for the Minutemen. Nice play. Nice kick-out block by the fullback. Little missed tackles. And there you see the speed. Open field. The young man has a little bit of speed.
It's his first rushing touchdown of the season. He also handles the place-kicking chores. Kick is up, and it is good. So with 22 seconds to go in the third quarter, Lexington is on the board thanks to a 46-yard touchdown run by A.J. Young. We'll take a look at it here once again. And he was virtually untouched on that play.
Yeah, once he got to the outside, his fullback got a nice block on the linebacker coming through, and he saw the daylight in front of him, and off he goes.
That's why, at the end of the second quarter, Dave Carroll kept his foot on the accelerator, because you string together a couple plays like that, and Lexington can be right back in the game.
Yeah, it's called momentum. You can feel it in the stands. You can feel when it shifts. Right now, Lexington's a little bit enthused. Clear Fork's kind of moseying around down there. They got to go back to offense now. But Coach Carroll, he's a veteran coach. He knows how to handle these situations. He's one of the best around at doing this.
Now, is it too early for the onside kick, or does the first-year head coach take a little gamble here?
Well, if you notice, Coach Carroll, he's all set up for the onside kick. He's got his hands-on team on the field, all the receivers, all the number. You don't see any linemen up front. They're all receivers and backs. He's expecting the onside kick. And as you said, Brian, you keep the accelerator on any more with these offenses these teams have, they can put points up really quick.
Young with a low kick, fielded at the 14. And Robinson across the 40 to the 45. A nice return.
That was a nice return. And anytime you catch it on the left hash mark and you go all the way across field, that shows how much speed you have.
That is the final play, or is it, of the third quarter? It should be. Well, they should be calling, because there's no time on the clock. There we go. 3 quarters in the books. Lexington finally on the board as we head to the fourth quarter. You're watching high school football live and free exclusively on the OH Report.
Hi, I'm Dr. Chris Ebert. This is my son, Dr. Cam Ebert. We are Ebert Dental Group in Willard, Ohio.
Here at Ebert Dental Group, we offer a wide variety of services: restorative dentistry, dental implants, root canal therapy, Invisalign, teeth whitening, cosmetic dentistry, denturals and partial dentures, Botox, and much, much more.
We're currently accepting new patients, and we would love to see you here at Ebert Dental Group.
Maumee Bay Turf Center, a leader in synthetic sports surfaces as well as natural field construction, maintenance, and renovation. Maumee Bay Turf is part of Turf Nation, the most trusted source in the synthetic turf industry, including creating the surface for the biggest game in pro football. From professional, college, and high school sports to recreation and commercial projects, check them out at MaumeeBayTurfCenter.com and see our large collection of finished projects and services. Maumee Bay Turf Center, we build better.
Clear Fork with a 38-7 lead as we start the fourth quarter, and the Lexington defense with a nice stop on the first play of the final 12 minutes. As we see the Colts stuffed in the backfield at about the 44-yard line. Second down and 13. Clock still moving.
Clear Fork's in no hurry. The score's on their side and the clock's on their side.
Victor Skoog now up under center. They hands the ball off to Howie Alt, who powers his way across the 45-yard line. He is a load to bring down. He's not the biggest kid either. 5'8", 155, but those legs drive.
He's been their money ball player now. He's got 132 yards, and I'll tell you, when that young man gets in the open field, I don't think there's anybody that can catch him.
Remember, as long as the deficit is 30, that clock will continue to roll. 3rd down and 1. Skoog is going to be stuffed in the backfield for a loss on the play. The play was just it looked like it was in slow motion.
Yeah, it looked like it might have had a little busted play to it. I don't understand where that came from. Nice job by the defense, putting a little pressure on, making the sack. That actually goes down as a negative rush.
Rael Maservi with the big play defensively.
I think this might be Clear Fork's first punt of the night.
It is.
Lex is hustling to get the right teams out there. Good snap. Nice punt.
Fair catch called for at the 20. So Lexington will start after a score and then a defensive stop. So a little momentum now shifting to Lexington.
And this is what Lexington needs. They need to build a little bit of confidence for themselves, and they just want to, establish their own ground game.
What do you think of that? 33-0. The TY Tigers take it on the chin at Arlen Field. You're speechless.
Yeah, being a former Tiger, that really hurts.
We're both looking at you.
Being a TY Tiger, I know the feeling that's going on over there right now. You go in with big expectations. You're playing a program that's got a history that goes way back, Paul Brown, and you get hammered.
1st and 10 for Lexington, 38-7. Minutemen stay on the ground, and they've got nowhere to go either. So neither team really doing anything running the football.
Few players moving in and out. Looks like Coach Carroll's starting to do a little subbing. You do not want to get one of your varsity starting players hurt at this junction of the game.
Does he get nervous if it's 38-14?
No, not really. You just don't want anybody to get hurt. You've got enough lead. You can always count on your defense. The one thing you don't want to do is put your second team in there, and then a little bit later you got to put the first team back. You got to build a little confidence in your second team players. They got to get playing time. You never know when a varsity player will get hurt, and somebody's got to step up. They're getting the experience right now.
Young out of the shotgun. Swings it out near side. This is caught by Fagan, but he's quickly tackled at the 23-yard line. Nice defensive play. Logan Anderson coming up.
Nice pursuit by the Clear Fork secondary.
Third down and 9. 7:45 and counting. Trips now to the left, and Fogel goes wide right. Over the middle, it was almost picked off. It was intended for Fagan.
Nice coverage, nice coverage.
And he kind of hung Fagan out there to dry.
The one thing that's nice, though, is Clear Fork's keeping everything in front of them. Nobody's getting deep on them. And again, when the ball's in the air, the secondary reacts and knock it down. Nice coverage.
3rd and 9. The officials stop the clock here. I think they're going to march off a penalty against Clear Fork. So they're going to march it down across the 30, perhaps an unsportsmanlike conduct call, and this is going to be a first down for Lex. This is a big break for the Minutemen.
And that's a 15-yard penalty.
Lex with two receivers split to each side. Young fakes the pitch and keeps it and stumbles to the 45-yard line. Logan Anderson will get credited with the tackle, but gain of 6, second down and 4.
Little counter play, get the flow going to the left. Quarterback comes back. He's got a big tackle leading him on a downfield block.
Young rolls to his left, has some room, and it's caught at the 45-yard line and a first down for the Minutemen. Cam Crago coming up with the reception.
Clear Fork's moving the ball. You know, it's going to be tough to pull this game out, but Lexington is getting a little momentum. The coaches are looking out there, looking at the players, evaluating players on every play.
Young pumps left side, fires down the field, far left, and it's incomplete. And again, looking for one of those big receivers. The freshman Fogel just throws it up there for grabs. And Fogel unable to come down with it.
Clear Fork again playing deep, nobody behind them. Three dark jerseys back there making the play.
Timeout on the field with 5:06 to go. Clear Fork with a 38-7 lead. Brian Harter, Bruce Weirich from the Colt Corral. A beautiful night for football. And for the Colt fans on the near side of the field, it's been a pleasant experience for them. On the far side, not so much.
It's been a good first half for Clear Fork. Right now, it looks a little bumpy for everybody. Clear Fork, when you have a big lead like this, it's hard to keep your momentum up. They're putting in different players, switching teams around, losing a little bit of continuity, but their defense has been coming up and playing tough. Lexington, on the other hand, they need to establish a drive. Their offense has got to find an identity. Are they a passing team? Are we a running team? A little of both, a little bit of play action. They're still searching for an identity.
Got another final. Colonel Crawford with a 37-7 win over East Knox. So East Knox continues to struggle. Colonel Crawford improves to 3-0. Another first-year head coach down at East Knox, and first-year head coaches, this is not the season for them.
It's tough. Anymore, there's a lot of coaches. If you go 10 years, you're an item. Most coaches, they burn out after 4, 5, 6 years.
Were you an item?
I made it 10 years.
Young steps up. Still on his feet, has a first down, knocked out of bounds at the 32-yard line, and he took a hard hit, but he bounces right back up. A.J. Young, the 5'10 senior, and he puts the team on his back and sprints to a first down.
One of the hardest things to defend is a quarterback that can run with the ball. I've said it over and over. You can see the little bit of hustle in Lex now. They're jumping, moving.
Young again. Breaks one tackle, and then just throws it up for grabs. He's lucky it wasn't picked off.
Yeah, that's kind of a rookie mistake right there. If there's nobody open there, just throw it out of bounds or get what you can on the ground.
He was about to take a hit and decided to just throw it up for Fogle, and there were 4 green jerseys in the area.
Again, with the receivers Lex have, all you got to do is throw the ball up, and these guys will go up and grab it for you.
Under 4 minutes to go. Swing it out. Quick hitter on the far sideline, and that's hauled in by Jackson Wyndham.
Lex is moving the ball, throwing it.
Swing it out again. That's Wyndham. Forced out of bounds at about the 13. So on back-to-back plays, they dial up number 7. Young again. Looks into the end zone. It's picked off. So the drive was looking pretty promising, but Joe Stupka comes up with a pick. And another drive is dashed by the Clear Fork defense.
Yeah, Lexington's only sending 3 guys to rush it. They're putting 8 gentlemen back on the coverage, and the ball was overthrown. Interception.
So now with 3:05 to go in the fourth quarter, Lexington will fall to 0-3. Who do you think our MVP should be? Go ahead and fill in your comments section. See if your vote matches ours. And Bruce Weirich is not eligible to be the MVP.
Nope. Clear Fork's moving people around, different players.
They will stay on the ground, and no matter who they put in that backfield, they just carry defenders. That one was Nick Appleman.
Not bad for a first down. The guy, he did a great job running that ball, just running people over.
Colts have a first down at the 34-yard line. Again, it's Appleman. Appleman with some power up across the 45. Lexington will open OCC play next Friday night hosting Mount Vernon. And the Colts, they'll be here at home as they host River Valley.
Boy, this young man runs hard for Clear Fork. Larry Zonka.
5'10", 5'8", sophomore.
And this is what builds your teams. Getting these young players in a game varsity situation.
Appleman again, and again he carries tacklers for an 8-yard gain. We're going to get votes for Nick Appleman for MVP.
Just give him the ball.
He's coming in as the closer.
Yeah. Came out of the bullpen. But he's moving the sticks.
Final seconds winding down. Colts may run one more play, maybe. Or are they going to let this? They're going to let the play clock wind all the way down. There's 12 seconds on the play clock and 20 on the game clock. And this will be the last play of the game. And the Colts are going to get a win here in their home opener as we take a look at the final carry of the ball game. And Clear Fork with a 38-7 win over Lexington. We'll be back with the Mansfield Roofing and Home Improvement postgame show right after this.
Maumee Bay Turf Center, a leader in synthetic sports surfaces as well as natural field construction, maintenance, and renovation. Maumee Bay Turf is part of Turf Nation, the most trusted source in the synthetic turf industry, including creating the surface for the biggest game in pro football. From professional, college, and high school sports to recreation and commercial projects, check them out at MaumeeBayTurfCenter.com and see our large collection of finished projects and services. Maumee Bay Turf Center, we build better.
Hi, I'm Dr. Chris Ebert. This is my son, Dr. Cam Ebert. We are Ebert Dental Group in Willard, Ohio.
Here at Ebert Dental Group, we offer a wide variety of services. Restorative dentistry, dental implants, root canal therapy, Invisalign, teeth whitening, cosmetic dentistry, dentures and partial dentures, Botox, and much, much more.
We're currently accepting new patients, and we would love to see you here at Ebert Dental Group.
What's up, America? Brian Skoronsky here, and if you want to see me and the gang chop it up with some unintelligent conversation, we've got the show for you. Check out the OH Report video podcast every Monday, exclusively right here on the OH Report.
Time now for our Studio 19 player of the game, Victor Skoog. 5 of 11 through the air, 123 yards and 3 touchdowns. 9 carries for 30 yards. You came into tonight with no touchdown passes. What were you waiting for?
I don't know. I wasn't waiting for anything, but the opportunity didn't present itself so far until this game. Last game I missed a couple receivers on big shots, but tonight we were connecting.
Just talk about coming into a game against Lexington, obviously a rival, a little bit more juice tonight than normal?
Yeah, I think all the guys were more juiced up than we were for the first 2 weeks, and it showed out on the field, and we just need to be that way every week.
Talk about what you guys think you can take from this game. Obviously, you guys are very balanced. You can run the football. Howie did an outstanding job in the backfield. You had some timely throws, and it just seems like teams focus on the run, and then you can light them up in the backfield. Is that what you guys want to do as the season continues?
Yeah, we have a bunch of great backs. Powie had a great game. Tristan Robeson, when he came down to get me for the interview, I was like, why are you getting Tristan? Tristan had those 2 touchdown runs, and it was only on a couple carries on the counters, but he played a great game. Powie played a great game. Luke Slosher had a great game. It was just all-around team performance, and yeah, that helps with us being balanced.
We've seen a lot of Clear Fork teams over the years, and it looks like this team could be something special. What is it like in that locker room?
Every day we come in, we just try to be positive, have the music playing, and get everybody going every day for practice, and then before games, try to get juiced up and ready to go.
What do you think is an attainable goal for this team? Obviously, you want to win the conference. Shelby left a kind of a bitter taste for you guys last year. Do you talk about them a lot in the postseason or in the offseason, and then now as the season has started?
Yeah, in the preseason we talked about Shelby quite a bit, but not as much as the season's going. We're just going week by week right now, and I think we play River Valley next. I'm not even sure, but whoever we play next, we just got to focus on them to Monday. But
guys, get ready for the conference next week, and you guys won the first 2 years you were in the MOAC, and you guys have kind of had a drought there. What do you think you guys have to do to get back on top?
We just have to come out every week and perform. We can't skip weeks. We can't look past teams, and we just got to come out ready to go every single week.
Victor, nice game, and good luck next week.
Yeah, thank you.
Victor Skoog, our player of the game. We'll take a timeout. We'll come back with the final numbers right after this. You're watching high school football live and free exclusively on the OH Report.
Maumee Bay Turf Center, a leader in synthetic sports surfaces as well as natural field construction, maintenance, and renovation. Maumee Bay Turf is part of Turf Nation, the most trusted source in the synthetic turf industry, including creating the surface for the biggest game in pro football. From professional, college, and high school sports to recreation and commercial projects, check them out at MaumeeBayTurfCenter.com and see our large collection of finished projects and services. Maumee Bay Turf Center, we build better.
We are back here at Clear Fork High School as we wrap this up, and I thought it was interesting that Victor Skoog was surprised that he was the MVP because of the big plays that Ty Robeson had. And there might be some people that were surprised, but to me it was kind of the passing of Skoog in the second quarter that really elevated Clear Fork and propelled them to this win.
He's a leader. He's your team leader. He's going to take this team to the playoffs. If they're going to win the conference championship, he's going to take them there. And somebody had to throw the ball to get to that receiver, and he did a great job tonight. And it was really, you know, you look at this game, it was over at halftime. I mean, Clear Fork, the second half, they came out. They didn't play like they did the first half. They did some things, you know, to get more players into the game. And so when you just take a look at the first half, what a dominant game. What a performance by this team.
I really like the play calling by Dave Carroll. Normally they they want to run the football, but they sprinkled in the pass perfectly and caught Lexington off guard.
Yeah, the passing game, they actually have a lot of speed to get to the outside, to get behind the things, but the other play I like is that little counter. They ran that little counter play, and I think he only ran it 3 times, and they scored 2 touchdowns off of it. So they get you thinking one way, running the ball, and they come right back the other way. Then they throw the play-action pass to the tight end. We've been covering this team for a long time, you and I coached against them. And to be honest with you, Brian, this is probably the best offensive and defensive team I've seen in a long time.
Let's take a look at the final numbers, and they're going to bear that out. It was complete domination over the Lexington Minutemen. 443 yards of total offense, and as you mentioned, they love to run the football. 320 yards on the ground. No turnovers. Clean up a few of the penalties, but other than that, Clear Fork really played a flawless game.
Yeah, and as I told you, I played them 10 games in a row when I was coaching, but this is probably the most balanced team I've seen. And they come out and run the unbalanced, which causes a defensive coordinator to make a few adjustments. He's got to look at it a little bit differently than a balanced offense. And not only can they run the ball, they can throw the ball, play action, counters. Wow, what a force to be reckoned with for the next 7 games.
Well, Victor Skoog may not have known who they play next week, but we do. They play River Valley and Lexington. They will start OCC play next week as they host Mount Vernon. So they're hoping that they can get things going and get that first win for their first-year head coach. With the win, Clear Fork is now 2-1, and Lexington drops to 0-3. The final score tonight, Clear Fork 38 and Lexington 7. Our thanks to tonight's broadcast team. Our producer was the great Adam Thompson, and the fine camera work courtesy of Andrew Ziegler. Most of all, our thanks to you for joining us. Once again, the final score, Clear Fork 38 and Lexington 7. You've been watching high school football live and free on the OH Report, powered by BS Media Productions, the future of local sports. For Bruce Weirich, I'm Brian Harter. So long from Clear Fork.